What's up, guys? Welcome back to another show. We just got to show off these mugs that we
Shout out.
Mom. Shout out to moms.
Shout out to moms.
Yo, Donald Trump wanted for never surrender, wanted for president 2024. Trump, I got nothing in here. I just do it for the purposes of awesomeness. And then I got this water for when I'm thirsty.
Shout out to moms.
Refreshing. Shout out to moms. So we got some stuff to get into today. Most of it is Kamala centered, but I wanted to, go back to, a very foundational topic within our commentary on this show that you've seen. It's just we can't go too long.
Is crazy.
We can't go too long without communicating about the wackos, And so with that wackos in mind, we are going to play this first clip of a man who thinks he's a woman. Actually just watch it.
Trans women getting pregnant is not as far off as you'd think. In the past 10 years, 50 babies have been born from a uterus transplant. How this works is a person with a damaged or missing uterus gets a new uterus. Then they get pregnant, then they give birth to a child via C-section. The implanted uterus is then removed so that the person doesn't need to be on anti-rejection meds for the rest of their life. So far, these implants have only been attempted on cis women, but there's nothing that says it couldn't work on a trans woman. After all, my hormone levels are pretty similar to a cisgender woman. So why not? The main thing in the way is that the science is new, so there aren't enough surgeons out there to do the testing. So it's less about if we can do it and more about when we can do it. Imagine a trans woman using her own DNA along with her partner's egg to create life. Wouldn't that be incredible? Some researchers think it's already possible and that it'll be attempted in the next year or two. Now, to be clear, I don't want kids. And even if this was an option, I wouldn't be interested. But there are so many trans women out there who want this, and they have just as much of a right to pregnancy as anyone else. Let's get this thing off. Oh. See, it was fake.
You want to know something? You want to know something? Now there was no one wondering, but he is so full of crap. And you know what? I was about to say this before we got to the end of this video. All right, be the first guinea pig. Be the first test subject. Offer yourself up. Sign some sort of what is the thing you signed? Like, so in case you die, a waiver, in case I die through this process, I will not sue. There can be nothing, no legal action can be brought against people, the doctor that works on me. Let me just say, I don't want kids, but let's just make this a completely ridiculous video stating that a woman can get pregnant, or men can get pregnant if they have a uterus transplant. And he admitted that it's only been done on real women. You know why that is? Because real women you cannot just give female organs to men, female body parts to men and think, oh, it's just going to work in there. We are designed differently. That is one thing that you will just not be able to be. You can try as hard as you want to, try as much as you want to say, if I put this makeup on, if I do my hair differently, if I wear a dress, then I'm a woman. But one thing you can't do when it comes to the way your body functions, try and propagate that lie, because that will never be accepted. It will never be able to be proven to work. And no,
I don't care how much your hormones are close to that of a cis. I'm not even going to say a woman. Right. You're not a woman, and a woman's body is created for that sole purpose. I'm sure even within the uterus transplants within women, it is risky business. I have no doubt in my mind.
Oh yeah,
it's a whole uterus transplant. We're not going to sit here and act like that's just another Tuesday. I'm sorry.
Put the nice music in the background, so it made it seem not as bad.
Right. Uterus, like they had a damaged one, they got a replacement. How many women, first of all, how many actual women are going to be willing to give up their uterus so that you can play make pretend? I'm sorry, Frankenstein. It's not going to happen. All right. We can't just put a bunch of pieces of ourselves together and think we're going to create a new life. No, you are a man. Doesn't matter how many, how much hormones you're putting into your body. It doesn't matter what parts you put on yourself. You were not created for that purpose. It's not going to work. It's not as simple as you're trying to make it seem like. They were born for this. They were created that way. I know you want so badly. Like you played so. I was born this way.
I'm on the right track, baby. I'm born away.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It doesn't matter how badly you want to play make pretend. It doesn't matter like how passionate you are that you want to have your own kid. It is make pretend. And at the end of the day, there is no difference between you and the child playing house with their friends when they're literally 2 years old.
Also, my brother.
It's just never going to happen.
Right. Also, bro, you sound like this. Yeah,
there's no way your hormone levels are close, bro.
Yeah, you ain't close. Yeah, so I've been doing some research onto this, and I realized that, bro, homie, you have a deeper voice than me. You
Diesel,
literally like
bro.
Vin Diesel.
That's Diesel.
You sound like Vin Diesel, bro. Family. But legit. What is going on?
It's not gonna work,
my
bro.
brethren. Come on.
I can't do this.
He's also the same dude who was whining about how he was being misgendered. So he's out here going like everywhere he goes, he's crying and whining about how so sir, how can I ma'am, I'm sorry. Can you get your boss and let him I just want you I don't like that. I just really appreciate it if you didn't like misgender me. Just super triggered and offended by the fact that he sounds like this and he's wearing makeup. Because some people are drag queens. You literally don't know what to do. You don't know how to respond because it's like it could be a drag queen. Hey, sir, how are you doing today? I'm good. Like they're not just gonna assume that you're trans because then that would be offensive. What if you weren't? I'm not trans. I'm just a drag queen.
Yeah,
I like to wear makeup. Stop being some sort of phobia, whatever phobia that is, drag phobia. I don't even know. Stop being whatever. It's just you can't win, and this is just another level of insanity.
It's so crazy, and I know there was this one video of this guy, this like guy that was on the right, but asking people on the left this question, asking guys, would you be willing to sign a petition for yourself to give up one of your testicles for a trans man that wants a testicle or testicles so that they can actually be a man? And oh my goodness, the response. First of all, no one was outright like, yeah, I'll do it. People were just like, I mean, if the research, shows that these people can be it, I mean, I don't see why not. Why would I not give a test?
And you wouldn't.
And the thing is,
you wouldn't.
And the entire time I'm watching the video, no one was just playing like, oh yes, for trans men, I would love to do. Like, no, I'm sorry.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares about transgenders like that.
No.
They care about coming off as good people, acceptable. What's the word? Tolerant. They want to be. They come off like that. They don't actually care. This is what you don't understand. And I interviewed people at TCU one time, and they were so scared of saying the wrong thing. A couple of them. Some people didn't care of saying the wrong thing. They didn't want to be canceled. They didn't want to be like seen as intolerant and hateful and bigoted and all those things. But they don't actually care. They're just more like, yeah, you live your life. But now I know that if I say the wrong thing, there's going to be some sort of like retaliation upon me. So I just got to make sure I say the right thing. They don't actually care about you. No. And it's not even like because you're you. They don't care about anyone that's not their family and their friends. And in the smallest form of care, like, oh, you're a fellow human being. I hope that, you have a good life, and I hope no harm comes to you. Yeah. That's it. They don't care about you're not reproductive right. Well, you're trying to get reproductive rights.
That's so insane.
They don't care about that. They just want to live their life and move on. But they're scared. They're scared of the cancellation and the fear mongering that has been spewed to anyone that's normal.
100%. And there's 100. That's the majority of people. They do not want to.
Oh, but wait, I want to stay with the testicle thing. You would never give your testicle, and you're in front of a camera, and that's why. That's why I brought up the interview. You're in front of a camera. That's the only reason why you're saying that. You're in front of a camera. You would never do it. You're lying to your team. I would think, yeah. As soon as you go, you wouldn't.
Yeah. As soon as you didn't say yes immediately, you would never give it. Actually insane. And these people, they know it's make pretend, and they just want to be the people that are just like. They get mad at us for coming against it because it's like, why? Like, because if these people want to live the random, however they want to live this, even if it's like, actually crazy, right? Why are you against it? Right. They are people. Let them do what they want to do. Right. Let them be what they want to be. Who cares? But then as soon as it comes to the place where we're talking about uterus transplants and testicle transplants, now it affects you. It affects
the real man and woman.
Yeah, we're in this place where it's like the allies. Okay, allies, stand up. Show that you're allies.
Show the allies. Give me your testicle. Give me your penis.
You don't plan on having kids? Give up your uterus.
Give me your uterus. Yeah, you don't want kids. You said so.
And why would you not give it up? Because you're an ally.
That's selfish.
And these are real women. They want to have babies. Yeah. Give it up. You don't want to have kids? Give up your testicles. Another person that wants to have that sperm floating in their testicle sac and they want to be able to have kids. Give it up. Yeah. You would never. It's the exact same thing with people just wanting illegal aliens to cross the border. Yeah. Oh yeah, have them cross the border. Okay, well let's have them live at your house. Well, there's just no room. It's the same thing. Like, as soon as it affects you, you're against it. And the reality check comes, the understanding that, oh wait, this is not as simple as I'm just an ally from afar. Now it's going to affect you because they were demanding more. This whole thing. All of this proves that these trans allies are not truly allies. They, one, don't want to be canceled because they're afraid, and two, they're like, I just don't care what you do because it doesn't affect me.
Remember that girl?
Eventually, it will.
Remember that girl? We always got to go back to this. Like, one girl got interviewed by that dude, and he was acting as if she was a transgender. So, like, as a trans, like, I'm not trans. He's like, You know, it's just something that you'd rather be called. Is that not acceptable? Now I go, am I saying the wrong thing? No, like you think I was a man? So upset, so triggered. Y'all just want to come off as allies. You don't want to be canceled, and you went too far with it. And now you're like, how do I get out of this? Let me just tell you, you can get out.
She went from. So you're saying there's something different between a woman and a trans woman? Oh, no. And that's why I was asking you, like, okay, as a trans woman, like, give your take. And she was pissed because she's a biological woman, and she knows inherently, and everyone knows inherently, there is a difference. And you can't say it is the same thing because a woman's a woman. Doesn't make sense. You can't define a woman as a woman. It has to mean something.
Facts.
You know the truth. And when it affected this woman and her withstanding on the internet, she doesn't want people thinking that she's a trans person because she's an actual biological woman.
She ruined her career. You thought I was a man?
I'm telling you, it's like with the Lizzo thing. It's like no one wants to be called Lizzo. Like,
same thing.
Because
she's beautiful, she's gorgeous, she's amazing, she's a queen. She's all this stuff.
Says,
you kind of look like her.
Someone says you look like Dylan Mulvaney. How are you gonna react as a woman? I promise you. Promise you. No, you're not gonna be like. You're gonna be like, like checking, like, do I got something popped?
Imagine someone goes, you look like you remind me of someone. You look so much. She's so pretty. You look just like her. Who is that celebrity thing? Do you know? She's a famous TikToker. You know Dylan Mulvaney? You were out here.
You know,
cheesing from ear to ear. You were so excited. They said Dylan Mulvaney. Your face dropped.
Bro,
excuse me, 5 o'clock shadow Mulvaney. Are you kidding me?
You would never.
Man, you would be so tight. You know why? Because you know he's not a woman, and you know you don't look like him, and you know you don't got an Adam's apple poking out your neck like that. Not like that, especially him.
Even if you look different without makeup, you don't have all of a sudden the 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't have that.
Exactly.
You know, there's an inherent difference.
So there's that. He got a deeper voice too. He be trying to sound high, but you don't. Hi guys, like you can tell, like that's a created voice. Like he does not sound like. If he was actually talking, it'd be more like the other guy.
Why? And this is we're just like dovetailing now, but like the gay voice. It's like even if you're on the right side,
that confuses me.
They have that voice. You're not born with it.
Not all of them.
No one's born with it.
Who is it?
Not everyone. But like,
kind of a little
like
bit
the
there.
Blonde dude, I forget his name.
Clarkson.
Yeah, like
Clarkson and
they have.
But you know who doesn't? Accent. Or at least now that you know he's gay, I feel like I hear it more. But Rob Smith from that Black Conservatives and Black Liberals thing, I didn't know he was gay until he said it.
Yeah,
then I said, oh, maybe. After. Now the way he moves his hands,
it's interesting.
See, we are blessed. I know we'll get into this next thing. We have something crazy with Kamala and Don Lemon from years ago. I believe it was years ago. But it's coming to the surface now because she's running for president.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm surprised at how the many things that we've said over the years, and obviously like it's all in good fun and we're teasing and everything. But that's one isn't Kamala. That's later. It is about Kamala and this whole Joe situation, but that's later. Yeah. But anyways, you think people would be so mad, especially on our side. Like Ant so followed me, and I say stuff against gay people all the time. But like, I like Ant. Like we get along, we're good. But like, he knows where I stand.
Yeah.
So, anyways, moving on. We are going to look at this video. I don't even think this guy is conservative, or I don't know. I just found the clip. He's more of a comedy reaction guy, but he calls out the hypocrisy from media and the left through his skit, whether it was intentional or not. I mean, it was clearly intentional to make fun of what's being done, but it's also like, I don't know. I don't know where he stood, but I thought it was great. So we're going to roll this clip, and you guys will see exactly what we're talking about. This is exactly what happened in the funniest way possible.
It's one debate, bro. You know Trump lied the entire time? He just had a cold. And it has nothing to do with his stutter. I think it's like an actual cognitive
Well, it sounds like you're making fun of his stutter, and I take it.
No, an interview with George Stephanopoulos is going to make all of this go away. It's going to make all of it go away. He's going to be on his A game. You know, at his rally, he sounded right on the money. He just I'm glad we got this out of the way early. So what if the interview didn't go that well, though? So what? We riding with Biden, baby. We riding with Kamala. Probably doesn't even want to be president. Has anybody even asked her what she wants?
Yeah, right. And how many polls are saying that?
Even if she wanted to be president, she would be firmly in his camp. Everybody else, including all of the Democratic leadership, is fully on Team Biden.
What do you mean Nancy Pelosi's privately concerned? What the fuck does privately concerned mean? What about Obama? Are you sure about Jeffries?
You're just gonna go through all the betrayal. He gonna tank all of the betrayal, And when he wins in November,
what do you mean he's thinking of? No, That's not fair.
Anybody who's suggesting that he drop out of the race, quite frankly, does not believe in democracy. That is what we had a primary. We had a primary in everywhere except Florida. But we did have better not hear the words drop out and replace him with Kamala ever again, because it's the stupidest idea.
I actually think it's a brilliant idea. I'm actually really excited. I think she's really good in certain swing states. A surprising amount of support in the Rust Belt, I think, with Gretchen Whitmer.
And that is exactly
what happened.
That's exactly.
And they think we're stupid. And they think we are stupid. Riding with Biden. Carrie Sisson, this was a love letter to you. That video was a love letter to you in the way that you behave. And all Democrats, but you're like the top of the food chain. Like you were oh my goodness, riding on Biden. Like, oh my goodness, homie could not get enough of that. So it was interesting how
so pause. That joke is crazy. He's riding on Biden, couldn't get enough of it. Is insane.
I said that on purpose.
That is insane word. That is an insane choice of words. Insane.
That was intentional.
Insane.
Anyways, so he
oh my goodness
was doing all that, and all of them, like Biden's the best. He's never been more healthy. He's never been more fit. All this nonsense, just ridiculous, full of crap.
Yeah.
And then they just, I'm with him. He's the best. What are you guys talking about? You're lying. He's going to do great. Oh, so wasn't the best debate ever. You know, he could have done better. He was sick, though. Did you hear about the cold that he had? You hear about the cold that he had? That's what it was. Watch George Stephanopoulos. He literally tried to compare his crowd size to Trump. And then George Stephanopoulos, as disingenuous as this man is in his previous debate with Brian McDonald's, he literally is like, bro, I don't think you want to make a comparison on crowds. But this is what I was saying about the liberal media being objective in this moment. They were all about making it seem as if they were by saying, Biden, you're not really right. Well, all they really wanted was to get Kamala selected or put in that spot because they want to take him out. Privately concerned, all that nonsense. And now she will not be put in she will not be, Biden will not drop out and Kamala will not take his place. Literally what happened. I think that's actually, I see in the West Belt Mall, like legit, this is how they sound. This is literally how they sound.
Privately concerned was hilarious. It's like, what in the world does that even mean?
What's privately concerned?
It's exactly
because you know why? And she lied to our faces because she said multiple times that Biden, I'm still with Biden. I rock with Biden. I'm 100% behind Biden and Harris. She said that post debate. She had stated that. I'd seen the clips. Her and Newsom were not backing down on their faith and their loyalty to Biden. It's an amazing administration. And then privately concerned. Oh, so you're lying to the people that voted for you. You're lying to the people that put you in that position. Interesting. Got it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's so insane. I totally lost my train of thought. But I'll tell you what. I was like about to say that. I said, whoa. But yeah, no, this is all just so crazy. The gaslighting that they tried to do for Biden, trying to get us to believe that he was coherent just for the last 4 years. And then, like you said, they tried to be objective. And we talked about this. Like, it's weird that for the first time they're actually calling out what we've been saying, and they seem like they're being objective, like Trump did better. CNN, MSNBC, all ABC were all just like
short-lived.
Biden did a rough job. It looks very bad. Trump is looking good. He's doing well in the polls. The first time Joe Biden interviews after, well, you don't want to play the crowd game, even though with Kamala right now, I promise you he would never said that. First time they're being objective. And I remember saying, it's weird. Like, I want to be like, oh my goodness, yay, they're being objective, but like, what's the plan behind this? What's the goal?
Everyone was saying he was going to drop out.
I think it was even before we heard rumors of that, but like not too long after we heard the rumors, he did drop out and Kamala became the nominee. And what have we heard since then? The most ridiculous writing of Kamala Harris we've ever heard. It went from like, she's whatever, she's under Biden, and we love the harmless Uncle Joe Biden. We love him, right? And she's just whatever. She's a breath of fresh air. Oh my goodness, Kamala Harris, first Indian.
The Democratic Party is rejuvenated.
President. Oh my goodness, people are excited. Gen Z is amped, and they can't wait to have this Black Indian.
We don't want decrepit old people anymore,
bro. So insane. First of all, not at all how people think, but. It is just so wicked, bro.
Yeah,
I can't.
Bar for bar.
I can't do
just
it.
No, nobody can do it. We don't rock with it. Kamala, no one believes you. No one believes it. We have so many more videos. We're gonna go into the nonsense of Kamala Harris, so we'll get to that right after this break.
Throughout history, the spirit of patriotism has prevailed. The battles may have changed, but the values remain the same. Today, in 2024, we find ourselves at a pivotal moment where the call for unity, freedom, and a better future echoes louder than ever. For more than 10 years, Patriot Mobile has been committed to supporting the values that make our nation great. With affordable plans and reliable nationwide coverage, Patriot Mobile is not just a wireless service. It's a call to action for those who believe in the American dream. Because this year is not just any year, it's the most important year since our nation's founding. Choose a wireless carrier that shares your values. Choose Patriot Mobile.
All right, guys, we are back. And like I said, this is a Kamala show. This is all for her. A love letter to Queen Kamala, cackling queen, all that fun stuff. So love letter, is, a letter in love about how you shouldn't be running for office. And how maybe you should rethink. Actually, Bill Maher stated in 2020 how when she had 0 votes, he said it in a funnier way. He said, like, oh, you count how many votes you got on one hand if the hand had no fingers. She is not qualified. We've gone through multiple times on the last, this week probably, and maybe the previous weeks, about how bad she is. And she refuses to debate Trump, even though he debated Biden on CNN, following all their protocols. But please listen to what she's going to say in this next clip. I don't think this one might be the worst. This might be the worst clip that she's ever, the worst little clip edited thing that she's ever put out in the world. Well, actually, no, it's not. We'll talk to Gabby Roaster about what she did with the innocent man on death row was evil. But like
it's out there, though.
This is what she's saying is actually crazy. So let's roll the clip.
People who are convicted in prison, like the Boston Marathon bomber, on death row, people who are convicted of sexual assault, they should be able to vote?
I think we should have that conversation.
Okay.
What? What?
Yeah, and I think that and since she has become the nominee, and she is for sure, since she has been it, she is somehow, even though COVID's not a thing, ducking every interview, every type of interaction where she will have to answer questions. As we saw the Latina for Turning Point tried to come up to her and ask her a question, she dodged immediately. Let's take a picture. She can't answer questions because if she does, she has to defend things like this.
Yes.
Because what in the world? You're going to allow those type of criminals to have the right to vote?
I think it should be in the conversation. I think we should have a conversation.
It's not a conversation for you. For you, you are like, this is going to happen.
Yeah, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
It's not. It's
and
not
this is coming from the same person who's living in prison, keeping people in prison longer for labor purposes, for free labor purposes. You're for them and against them at the same time. The weirdest thing ever. And honestly, what you're trying to do is you're trying to open up a bigger market, or a bigger landscape of voters that would vote, that would pick you because you're giving them that right to do so. That's the only reason why you're doing it. You're doing it to get more votes because you can't get them the normal way. You can't get them the right way. That's sick. These people lost those rights because of evil, vile, disgusting things that they did that make them lose the right, that the God-given right that the Constitution allowed them to have. That's exactly. So no, that should not be in the conversation, Kamala.
No, it absolutely shouldn't. And I am so sick of just media in general, because I promise you, if Trump right now was doing what Kamala is doing and ducking and hiding and backing out of the Black journalists, the National Black Journalists Association, her ducking from that is insane as a Black woman.
Yeah, right.
Ducking the debate that Trump with Trump on Fox News. Ducking that, calling for it to be on her side with was it CNN or MSNBC, something like that?
It was ABC or NBC.
Or ABC, like one of those. She's like, ducked the one on Fox and then asked Trump to do that, and then Trump's like, no, we're gonna do it on Fox like I demanded, because you guys made me do that with Biden on CNN or whatever. And she's like, oh, Trump's scared of me, whatever. So insane. She's
Trump's
ducking.
scared of you is crazy.
She is ducking any because on whether it was ABC or MSNBC, whatever it is, she would never be asked the tough questions. She won't.
That is the strongest form of gaslighting.
Oh, 100%.
That is a final form.
That final, literally, like some
stuff.
Frieza final form type stuff. That's what that was, bro. Because what in the world he's ducking? She will never, and I don't think it's gonna happen from now until like if there is a presidential debate right before the election. If that happens, I'm sure she'll somehow duck out of it. She will not be in a situation where she is going to be asked anything serious, anything that Americans actually care about, because like Harris's own thinks people care about with like climate change and reproductive rights and all that, which is so stupid. It's not a right, but he thinks people care about that. And maybe people even on the left care to some extent.
Some people do, yeah.
They do care. It's not the utmost thing that they care about. It's not the number one priority. We want to be able to live. We don't want to have roommate. We don't want to live in New Girl where we're 30 years old and live in a loft with like 5 roommates.
Is
we
that
don't want that.
Programming?
Maybe it is. Maybe
normalize
it is.
Even friends.
They all have.
Why would normalize 30 plus year olds living with multiple people?
Yeah.
And like living the life of a college student. That is
outside from and this is just New Girl. Outside from Nick, everyone had like a good job. Jess was a teacher. Yeah. Schmidt worked some corporate job. Schmidt,
Winston was a cop, or eventually became one.
Winston became a cop. They could not live on their own before you could have any of those jobs. And teacher was always the questionable one.
Maybe not in California, or was it New York? They were in California.
They were in California.
Yeah.
All of those incomes, them together could afford a place to live. Not by themselves, never. And that's where we're at right now.
Looking for
people are having solid paying jobs, or what would be solid paying jobs under a good economy, and they would be able to potentially have a family that they would want to have.
Them.
People care about that, and they're sick of it. Why can't I afford? My parents, like, and this is even before Kamala Harris Biden. People were saying like it's not the same as it used to be with parents saying like if you just work hard and buy a house, whatever. It wasn't, but it's even worse now, right? Our parents had it good. They were able to buy houses where it actually made sense.
Dad bought his first house when he was like 20 something.
Insane, right?
Like young.
Never in a million years is a 20-year-old even thinking about buying a house, unless they're like a millionaire and they're like making tons of money.
Trust fund, baby.
Outside of that, or like let's make it big on social media somehow. Like that, They are not even thinking about that. That is what we care about. And Kamala Harris, Harry's own, all the people that support her are trying to make people think that this is what Gen Z cares about. I'm sorry. No, but we do not.
Think about it. You realize they only care about, and even these people that are promoting this message of like conservatives, a lot of them are some successful ones with like platforms and all that stuff. But like we're out here saying, hey, there's people struggling that don't make as much money as me. People that don't like have these, the privilege to be as well off as I am, don't have like social media success or whatever it is. And these people like Harry Sassoon and Kamala and celebrities that are all living in a different world that cannot relate to the everyday average American when it comes to their financial situation. Yeah, but hey, at least she'll like help gay marriage or, give gay people, they already have the right to get married. What else do they want? Like, what else do you want? Like, and then abortion is like, it's up to the states. Move to a different, do not kill your child, but you can move to state if you want to. Like, if you really wanted to. It's not, the things that you're complaining about that are so bad, climate change the world is going to end 5 different times in the last 10 years. So like these things you're worried about so much are not really pivotal issues that are actually going to benefit anyone in America, are not benefiting the majority of Americans. Maybe benefits some people, selfish, evil reasons, but doesn't benefit the majority of people. A thriving economy, lower gas prices, affordable food, all that stuff, lower inflation, obviously, is what helps everyone. And when you're so out of touch with reality when you're pushing all this nonsense about reproductive rights, climate change, when people can't afford groceries, people can't afford food for their children, and like that's actually a problem. And they can't grasp. They're out of touch. So out of touch. They can't grasp that. It's like no, and obviously they're getting paid. Of course, they're getting paid to post this nonsense. Cherry's getting paid so much. Banky's like, I don't care if I screw everyone's life over. I'm living the best life. Him and Chris.
Too many people are like that. Too many people are so selfish where they just don't care. Not to mention, though, that we are on the verge of World War III.
And then there's that.
No one wants to go to war. No one. Wars will be started under Trump. You won't even believe it. We're going to be in a nuclear war with Kim Jong-un under the first year under Trump. Didn't happen. Peace in the Middle East for the first time in like however many years.
Deals in Israel.
Peace with Kim Jong-un. Got a good relationship between America and them, and with China. And Xi Jinping. Never would you have thought that was going to happen. It happened
Based
under
off what the
Trump.
media, based off what the media said.
Based on what the
You
media
wouldn't
said.
think that would happen.
You didn't even think it was possible.
Nope.
Based on what media said, what previous presidents have said. Never would have thought it. Wars have started under how many presidents before Trump? None under Trump. And with Biden, we're on the verge of what, 3 wars right now? World War III is like very close. You don't understand how so close. We don't want to go to war. This was the Biden-Harris administration.
Can you believe that
got us to this point? You can't make it seem like Harris is separate from Biden.
Nope.
She was the VP. She was second in command. She was just as involved in getting us to this point. And Gen Z, younger people, everybody, we know it. Sorry, we don't care about climate change and gender affirming care and reproductive rights. We don't care. We don't want to go to war because we don't want the people we love to die, and we don't want to live in a country where we can't afford anything. That matters way more than anything else, and we're not going to be gaslit into thinking this nonsense matters when it doesn't.
Yes, you're 100% responsible. Eve, you didn't start the war, which funding them, but you literally are responsible because what's the excuse? It didn't happen under Trump. There was nothing even in the works happening under Trump. And then under your presidency, 2 different ones break out. You're not a strong leader. People look to America, regardless of whether they hate us or not, for whatever reason there may be, whatever corruption may have been ensued, whatever weird, underhanded, backdoor deals that like screwed up over other countries. And that I'm sure America, we're not this amazing country in every aspect in terms of like people in leadership not doing sketchy things.
Pull it up. Afghanistan started. Part of that.
But you did this because your lack of strong leadership and your willingness to like allow these things to happen and not try and resolve anything. America has done that in the past. There are allies. Trump would not have done. He would not have allowed that to happen. And he said that. And he's like, I promise you when I get in there, it's done. It's over. It's not. It's done. How can he be so confident? But here's the thing. He did that the first time around when he ran. He said, this is what I'm going to do. And he did it. The things that he was actually capable of doing, that was allowed to do, that didn't have other people fighting him tooth and nail to stop from happening, but he still let some things through. He's like, I will have it done. It will be done. It will be done. We will make a deal. Why are we just, no, I'm going to keep killing. Let's make a deal. Let's come to a conclusion. Let's figure something out.
And honestly, like, and like, we don't like coming at people specifically, but at the same time, and there was obviously some stuff going on with the election, but I'm saying to all those people that voted for Biden and Harris without actually looking into what Biden has done in his tenure, because it's there for everyone to see. The same thing as he was under Obama, and we love Obama, black president, right? War was started under Obama. It happened.
I think he dropped the most bombs of any president ever. Pretty sure that was stated. He was dropped more bombs, but he was so diplomatic.
Obama,
he's so diplomatic. He's so nice. He's so
just
kind.
Obama. No, Joe Biden was right under him. Harmless older uncle, we love him. Harmless grandpa, no, not harmless. Worked under Obama, and all of that happened under Obama. Bad. Same thing happening with Joe Biden and Kamala. And Kamala's record is trash.
Horrendous.
You cannot, and like, obviously you don't like Trump and you don't want to believe what he says, but it is so fake news. It actually is fake news. The minute we were allowed in our country to propagandize media, which should never have been a thing, because that was not a thing initially in America, but it became a thing. That was the fall of truth within the society. Because now I can print whatever I want. It can be my opinion.
The fact that that's allowed is insane.
It should never have been allowed. And it wasn't for the longest time in America. It's like somewhat relatively recent in history. I think it was 1900s. Like,
take it out.
Mid to late.
Take it out.
So insane. Never should have happened.
Oh, but people won't watch this anymore. Good.
Yeah.
They shouldn't.
If people don't care about the
or
actual
make
news,
everything clearly, this is a biased opinion. I don't have the exact full context on it, but based off what I'm hearing, like, even if you just say this is my bias stem from it, I don't 100% know. That would do wonders.
It is
for the sanity of America. But we do have another clip with Camel.
Camel.
I almost
Good old Camel.
I almost said something crazy. I ain't saying it. But
I know what you're about to say.
I know you're about to, we just
One with the
I'm a man of God. I'm a man of God. The next one, if you were under the impression that she was a woke vice president, she's a progressive who wanted to push woke progressive ideals, or if you're someone who like denied that's not something that she's ever done, she's the most unity driven, moderate, sees both sides, is reaching out to both sides of the aisle and wants to make peace in the country. You couldn't be more wrong. Let's watch this next clip of what she has to say about wokeism.
No, we have to stay woke. Like, everybody needs to be woke. And you can talk about if you're the wokest or woker, but just stay more woke than less woke. Yeah.
And there's like a extended version of that, and someone asked her a question and she doubles down. That's one of the most uncomfortable things I've watched in quite some time. And it's the nervous laugh, and that is her trademark laugh is always a nervous laugh, because she's like, I can't believe I'm actually hearing the situation. It's such an important role, and I don't know what to say. Because what in the world? We have to stay woke, laughing. And then when she realized no one was laughing with her and like, yeah, clapping, she was like, yeah, and then tries to explain further onto why we should be woke. And it was just like, no, I'm sorry. You're going down. Stop digging your grave deeper. I'm sorry. It was terrible. We had to stay more woke. The people that were with you did not agree, because woke, what is wide received as woke is everything bad about the left. And people try to come against like us calling people woke, and we don't even know what it means. But obviously Kamala thinks that woke is a good thing. And because it's widely known as what we say it is, she knows what we're saying. That's
woke
just,
social,
that just is what.
And
you know
how we know that's what it is. You know how many videos we put out with woke SJW says da 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 da, millions of views. You know why? Because everyone knows woke. Woke is synonymous with psycho. Woke is synonymous with the LGBT. Woke is synonymous with all that women's rights and no. You guys, like, if you just treat everybody regular, treat everybody the same. I mean, the same within, you can't treat everyone the same. Actually, no, don't treat everyone the same. Everyone should have equal rights, obviously. But like, people are treated differently because men should respect women and should not talk a specific way around women. They should treat them, hold them to a higher regard, and treat them as the lesser being, not in the biblical meaning of lesser being, not like they mean less, but there should be a certain etiquette and behavior
to treat as if it's a different meaning.
There should be a behavior that you engage with everyone. And the thing is, it's so much more complex in the way they try and do things. We said this yesterday, and they were trying to say when there was the argument on like equal pay and stuff, and it's just like, and women need to be make as much as men. And the Charlie Kirk put off the OnlyFans like thing, demographic and everything. Well, women would make way more here, and then she pointed out how her friend makes more than her because she works hard, which is crazy.
Yeah, because you're working hard to be a host.
Yeah, but like, it's so much more than just a simple like men, women, money, like equal money here. It's like there's so many more factors that go into it, but they generalize it on the other side and try and vilify anyone that tries to break those things down. One of Jordan Peterson's first viral interviews was him talking about the gender pay gap and how it's a complete farce.
Yeah.
It's like it's complete baloney.
And this I can't with the we need to be more woke. And like, we already knew she's the most progressive, most left-leaning senator, most left-leaning vice president, whatever. And like, she is
she's worse than Biden.
Worse than Bernie Sanders. And I remember
worse than Bernie, but she's stupid as the Donald Trump said.
Yeah, she's worse than Bernie, but she's actually, as Tulsi Gabbard said, not intelligent. This is very scary to think about, because she's saying we need to be more woke because she wants people to think on progressive ideas and think about that at the forefront of their minds as to why they should vote for her as president. And like, we went on a whole thing about it before, but I'm sorry, there are bigger problems within America. And the people that don't pay attention to politics, honestly, it's like, you should not because like you need to know everything about politicians, but like, politicians affect your way of life, your day to day. And here we are with the person that's like, let's be more woke and more progressive and more focusing on social issues versus the issues that are at hand within our country, a border that's wide open for anyone to cross. We have illegal immigrants receiving free compensation for living, for food, for just their way of life, cars, phones, all of that, while marginalized groups within America, right? Black community, all these other communities, Hispanic, people of color, aren't receiving anywhere close to the same benefit. And they are actual American citizens. There are so many problems within our country, but what does Kamala Harris have to say about that? Let's be more woke. Let's be more progressive. Let's be more attentive to the people that aren't citizens of America and just forget about everyone else. Let's be more focused on climate change, and maybe we'll die sometime eventually. Maybe if we just get off gas and work on electric cars, even though that's more damaging to the earth when you look at the long-term effects of it and how much it would cost and what it would require for us to fully switch from an electrical system from the gas to electric. It doesn't make sense.
It's dumb.
They don't care about the environment, but she said, focus on all that and not what you see in front of your eyes, not what is actually affecting your day to day, how impossible it is to buy a home, how unaffordable it is to buy groceries, and how just hard it is to live as an American. Don't focus on that. Let's focus on being woke.
She couldn't even communicate that though. She couldn't even communicate all those things, all those talking points that they actually are trying to push out. She can't even articulate that all at the same time. Like you just did. She'd have to, have to be video by video, and it would have been more like this. You got to be woke.
Yeah,
you got to stay woke.
Clear nervous.
Woke. Like just repeating it over and over again. She's full of nonsense, and we do have more videos of her, but we'll get right to them after this break.
Hi, I hope you're enjoying Patriot.tv. I'm Kira, and I am so excited to tell you about our new store. We have everything you could want to show your patriotism around your house. We've got artwork, we've got coffee mugs, there's health and beauty stuff, and even things to decorate with. I've got a few examples here just to give you a little look behind the scenes. First up, by the world-renowned artist Robert Holton, this is part of his Drizzle collection. Give you a better look at that. How cool is that Lady Liberty? Wouldn't that look great in your hallway? And there's even artwork you can wear on your body. God, Country, and Kin, amazing denim jacket for the ladies. Look at this detail and look at the back. Dangerous there with the twin pistols. And ladies, those are not just bullets, those are lipsticks. Yeah, you're dangerous all the way around, right? And there's also stuff you can put on your head. All about the cowboy core this year, right? Love these great hats they've got going. Check out the front and the detail on that with the longhorn. Lovely in the back, and it looks even better on. Yeehaw. Love to show my patriotism in a great cowboy hat. Check us out at the Patriot.tv store today. Join me there. So if you've got an itch to do a little shopping and show your patriotic spirit, click that link above that says store and join me there at the Patriot TV store.
Former National Security Advisor Lieutenant General Michael Flynn pleaded guilty today to lying to the FBI.
He was one of the most respected generals in the military.
Every American needs this historical DVD keepsake. Flynn delivered the truth, whatever the cost. Hand signed by General Michael Flynn. Order now at the Patriot TV store. Use promo code PTV at checkout to get special savings. The Patriot TV store, a secure, hassle-free shopping experience.
All right, guys, we are back. But before we get into some more Kamala nonsense, I want you guys to know or to not miss out on an amazing opportunity that we are presenting to you right now. Okay, right now, if you just for under $10, subscribe to Patriot.tv/Smith Bros, because guys, you know what we got there? The Smith Bros. Some amazing fun content where we're talking about the things that you want to know about, the crazy things that are happening in our world, and you can finally feel as if you are sane because we're telling you, yes, that you are. Yes,
our
you
full
are.
Unfiltered reaction. You might see a snippet, you might see a little clip there, but this is all of it. The full context.
The whole thing.
It will be amazing. You're going to love it. And not only will you see amazing content from us, but from so many other Patriot TV hosts. You're not going to want to miss out on this. This is such an amazing opportunity.
Make sure to check it out. So good.
Check
so
it out.
Great. Proved by Trump. Trump loves it. So anyways, we're going to get back into Kamala.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So guys, you know how they always talk about how, conservatives are old. They're dying out. Boomers, this and that, yada, yada, yada. And like Gen Z is the future. The youth is the future. And well, if that's the case, let's hear what Kamala Harris thinks about young Gen Zers.
What else do we know about this population, 18 through 24? They are stupid. That is why we put them in dormitories, and they have a resident assistant. They make really bad decisions.
You know what bad decisions they make? Voting for the likes of you, voting for you and Biden, of course, that is, because I know no one actually voted for you. You were selected, not elected. So Yeah, they do make dumb mistakes, and they voted for the guy that is currently running our office. Some of them did, there's, like we said, fishy things happened that year.
Fishy things.
But you literally, how insane? And here's the thing: you can say that young people are a little naive. Some people are dumb, and they are obviously not experienced, not a lot of wisdom. But there's all people that are dumb too.
They're ignorant. I think that is the correct word.
Yeah, but that's your base. Those are the people that vote for you. All the ones that you're calling stupid. Like, literally, imagine like having all these fans and like just roasting them. That's what you just did.
Yeah, actually so insane. 18 to 24. And as like we've talked about it before, but I think it's widely known that as you're young and don't have a full understanding of the world, maybe 18 to 24, you do lean more liberal because everyone should have everything. Everyone should be able to live how they want to live. Equity for all, everyone should be able to have whatever. But then as you grow up and build something, you're like, wait a minute, no, that doesn't make sense because I don't want to have to give up what I worked hard to build to someone else that didn't do anything at all. And you become conservative as you grow out of it. So there is some truth in the being young, and especially if you're not raised right, not making poor decisions, which unironically she doesn't understand is voting for her side.
That's a poor decision.
And looking into things that don't truly matter. If they can have your attention on all the social issues and not the actual economical problems happening within society, then you are stupid because you don't care about the country. So yeah, maybe you're spot on, but you don't understand that you're calling, like you said, her base that, because that is her base.
Well, conservatives have something to conserve. That's what they say. You're young because if you're not, this is what the saying that I've heard. If you're not a liberal when you're young, you don't have a heart. If you're not conservative when you're old, you don't have a brain. And that's like spot on.
Frontal lobe action, man.
Like I understand 25. What? Frontal lobe. Shut up. Yeah, low key. And that's what the guy in the video was saying yesterday. 25 to make all these life altering decisions. But like it's true. Like when you're younger, and like I know people personally, this is like, I just want people to be able to like be happy. I don't want to see people struggling. I don't want to see someone, but they don't understand the deep-rooted cause or deep-rooted problems with a lot of the things that you're supporting in the name of love and acceptance. This is detrimental to society and the individual in the long run when it comes to whether it be homosexuality, transgenderism, whatever. 100%. And you're sitting here, we're propagating this stuff in the name of love and in the name of being like a good person. I feel like because I care about these people, I need to fight for them. I need to fight for their rights. And in reality, you're harming them. You're doing more harm than good. You should not be voting in policies that are going to be detrimental to this fabric of society. And like, it's when you're young, I understand that, like, care. And even for me, it was harder for me when I was younger to be like, I always was very strong in my opinions and what I believed, but I remember being like, oh man, I don't want to hurt someone's feelings. But then I realized ultimately, like, this is not, it's like telling the truth sets people free. Telling them like this
shows
reality,
it shows you
it shows you actually care. It's like, hey, I love you enough to tell you this is not it. I like, when it's a great parallel with like friendships. You don't have a really deep friendship or deep like relationship with anyone if you can't tell them the truth about themselves or the truth about a situation, the way they treated you or the way that they treated someone else or the way they behave. Oh, hey, that's not cool, man. You shouldn't be doing that. That was wrong. As opposed to, oh, I don't want to say that because we're friends. I don't want to hurt their feelings. You're not friends then.
Yeah, you're not.
You should be able to tell them what they're doing is wrong. And hey, I don't appreciate that. Obviously, do it in a way that's like respectable, I guess, unless you're like wild out. But even still, you should always come to a place of love, but firm and true. Like, what is it? Peace through strength.
Yeah,
I got you, Trump. Like, it's legit. Like, you got to be honest with people, or else you're harming them in the long run. And that's literally what Gen Zers or these young people are doing. They're harming people. Harry Sisson is trying to act as if he's some great guy. He's doing all these amazing things. He's actually ultimately harming all the young people that have been supporting him and vote blue no matter who. Like, that's hurting them because guess what? Inflation continues to go. If Kamala gets in office, inflation continues to go up. World War III potentially happens. Gas prices are insane. Nothing changes. They just get infinitely worse.
Yeah.
And it's all because of you love and accept this nonsense.
Yeah.
And because you're young.
Remember when the truth will set you free used to be an actual saying that people said often?
Don't believe this.
I remember that. I remember that throughout middle school and high school. Like, people would, even if they're like roasting you, say something crazy, it's like, well, it's true, and the truth will set you free. And that's like the truth, is like the biblical will set you free, which is the Bible. But people believed in that because they believed there was an objective truth. But now, and I believe this is why they added the your truth, my truth whatever truth, because it's like, okay, then there is no truth.
Right.
Everything is subjective.
Mhm.
Everything is up to one's
Mhm.
opinion. And then at that point, it's like, okay, if there is no truth, then I can be and do and act however I want. And then you can try to help your friend, but your friend, it'll be like, well, that's your truth and this is my truth.
Yeah.
And it's
I hate that.
you're not getting anywhere.
Yeah, I remember in Texas we had a friend who said something like that. I don't think he's like that anymore because I literally like ripped him a new one. I was like, you know Jeremiah.
Yeah.
I was like, he said something like, well, that's your truth. And I was like, there's no your truth, my truth. There is objective truth. There is right and there is wrong. And you are wrong here.
Yeah.
Well, no, but like, no, it's one thing happened. It was either this happened or it didn't happen. And it did happen. Like, it was during a game. So it wasn't even anything deep. It was like a volleyball game. But I'm like, bro, there's no, well, that's your truth. Whoa. Huh? No. It's crazy how my truth has all these witnesses. That's all happened. But your truth is just a subjective thought in your mind or a subjective desire in your mind that you are willing to propagate as reality. That's
truth,
not truth, huh?
Yeah, truth is truth.
Truth is truth.
That's it. Like,
And I tell Michael trying to get in there, but hey guys, relax. It's not a big deal. We used to get hyped. But anyways, we have another clip that's actually insane. I believe Kamala's on The View. And like I said, this is the Kamala centered interview. She's on The View, and I just don't even know what there is to say about this is why she doesn't answer questions. This is why she ducks interviews. This is why you don't see her anywhere and you see Trump everywhere, because she is literally just stupid. But let's throw the clip.
Voters want to hear about issues affecting their lives, like the economy and the border. Should the campaign be pivoting on its messaging?
So there's no doubt that one of the first issues that anyone will think of is the issue they think of when they're at their kitchen table trying to pay their bills, which is, how is the economy treating them? So there's no question whatsoever that that is an important issue, which we have been in the process of addressing. We still need to do more. I would not separate that from the issue of what is at stake in terms of hard democracy. And frankly, I think most people don't think of it in the context of democracy as much as freedom. The freedom of a woman to make decisions about her own body. The freedom to love who you love openly and with pride. The freedom to be able to be free from gun violence. These are fundamental freedoms that are at stake right now. The freedom to have access to the ballot.
That pivot was legendary.
It was skillful.
That was a legendary pivot.
It was like,
yo,
top 10 pivots of all
economy,
time.
Kitchen bills, democracy, and also they don't think about democracy because they're stupid. They don't know what democracy means. Freedom. We're talking about freedom.
Yeah.
Democracy is literally us having the power to choose who is in power. Mm-hmm. Us having to vote on who is in power, not. Oh my God!
No,
how can you? That pivot was insane.
No, it's legendary.
It was an astronomical reach.
It's top 10. Top 10.
How did you do that?
Yeah, it was as simple as like, I'm not gonna answer your question. And then that's all that was.
Yeah, I refused.
She was like, my talking points are
where my LGBTQs at?
Our reproductive rights, gun control, what else? That's it. Economy, we don't do that here. Like we don't talk.
And it's an issue we do need to address further, but I'm not going to today.
we need to address it further, but I will not explain to you at all how I plan to make it better because I don't. It's as simple as that. No intention. Zero intention. I'm sure people on the inside are making bank because insider trading is real.
Oh yeah.
That's why every single president, Bill Clinton's like the most insane. He was like a multi-millionaire, like tens of millions, left office, like he had $200-300 million in his name after becoming president. I'm sorry. And it's the list goes on. Barack Obama, George Bush,
only person
all
to
of
lose
these
money.
People, all of them made so many more millions after being I'm sorry, insider trading. I don't care what you say. It's a thing. It's happening.
Isn't
There's
there
no
salary
way
only like
not.
$400,000 a year?
Yeah.
You know.
They're just hitting. They're hitting all their
adjusted
trades.
for inflation or something. Yeah, that's wild. And then Donald Trump's like the only president to actually lose money. We do have a couple more clips. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get to them, but I do want to go to this next one with. I want to go to both of them. Let's be quick. Ben Stiller has an endorsement pitch for Kamala, and it's the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen. Roll it.
Chance to really, to protect democracy and to go in the right direction and go forward. So that's why everybody's got to get out and vote and donate. And she's also a historic candidate. It's going to be the first woman president. And that's incredibly exciting. And, she's Indian, she's black, she's everything. You can be more than one thing. It's incredible. You know, I'm Jewish and Irish. I wish I was black. Every white Jewish guy wishes he was black. You know, it's just get out there and vote and donate and like take advantage. This is such an important time right now. And this wave of energy that's happening, we got to keep going with it. So please do everything you can.
Can you put me back on? Thanks, Ben.
These talking points are so redundant.
Historic doesn't equal good. That's all I'm going to say.
Also, well, you know, I said like a woman president, like our first one, or not first one candidate, a woman candidate. We had Hillary Clinton. She was also bad, and now we have a biracial queen who rides on the coattails of being an Indian until it's convenient to be black. Yeah. But yeah, Ben. So whoever paid you to do that, give them their money back because that was not convincing at all.
Give them their money.
No, nobody releasing. All right, we have one more clip. We're gonna roll it real quick, and then we'll have a minute of like commentary, and then we'll be done. So let's roll it.
I said to the congressman, I didn't know he could preach like that.
Yeah, girl, I'm out here in these streets, and let me tell you, as they say, they're not like us.
Do I see people testifying? Can I get a witness?
So what we're going to cook today is an Indian recipe.
Yes.
Because
yes.
you are Indian.
Yes.
So we're both Indian.
Yes.
But actually, we're both South Indian.
Yeah. I am Kamala Harris. My pronouns are she and her. I am a woman. I can imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been. You know? What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been.
Ooh, this is a reveal.
I've never been asked that.
Ooh.
I did. Kentucky.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, that's
Kamala Harris talking to black people. Kamala Harris talking to Indian people. Kamala Harris talking to LGBTQ people. And Kamala Harris talking to her husband, or white people and then her husband. That is the chameleon. Chameleon. Literally. She just a fake. Whatever way the wind blows. She's just, you know what? You're just a career politician, you know, and you're just legit. We won in 2020. We gonna win in 2024.
I didn't know you could preach like that.
Oh my God! Like, yo, that's
get out.
You. And is that not racist? Like, I know you are claiming to be black, but like, that's got to be some form of racism, man.
That's racist.
That's insane to me, yo. And then like, my name is Kamala Harris. My pronouns are she, her. Like, you just pick and choose what demographic you want to. Yeah.
You know what you're saying? You are clearly with what you're trying to do as the chameleon. I feel like she's a super villain. You're trying to say that white people you have to talk to more proper.
Yeah,
and you're
burdened by what has been.
You're trying to sound intelligent, but black people, oh my goodness, trying to sound as ratchet as possible. You know, they not like us, bro.
Insane. But guys, we are out of time. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Peace.